live on YouTube, going live on Rumble. Good morning and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. I'm Alexander. You viewer or you, the Golden Loon will be arriving at some point. He got home from the gym not too long ago, and he's catching his breath and everything. Today is Saturday, aka Saturn's Day, January 17th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. Starting with 38 BC, Octavian divorced his wife Scribonia and married Livia Drusilla, ending the fragile peace between the Second Triumvirate and Sextus Pompey. That doesn't sound too good. Moving on to 1362, St. Marcellus's flood killed at least 25,000 people on the shores of the North Sea. We spoke about that a little bit yesterday. Moving on to 37, Pope Gregory XI moved the papacy back to Rome from Avignon. And as we mentioned a couple days ago or so, Vatican City wasn't actually a nation state, like a sovereign country, until Benito Mussolini, the inventor of fascism, made a deal with the Pope at the time and did so. Moving on up to 1524, Italian explorer Giovanni da Verrazano's set sail westward from Madeira to find a route, or a sea route, to the Pacific Ocean aboard the French ship La Dauphine to find a passage to China, and he found North America instead. Now, this is after Christopher Columbus, and way after Leif Erikson. 1562, French regent Catherine de' Medici granted religious toleration upon the issue of the Edict of Saint Germain, recognizing Huguenots in France. Congratulations. 1584, Bohemia adopted the Gregorian calendar. All right. 1608, Emperor Susenyos the first of Ethiopia surprised an Oromo army at Ebenat. His army reportedly killed 12,000 Oromo of the coast at the cost of 400 of his men. 1648, England's Long Parliament passed the Vote of No Addresses, breaking off negotiations with King Charles I, and thereby setting the scene for the second phase of the English Civil War. 1649, the Second Ormonde Peace was created an alliance between the Irish Royalists and Confederates during the War of the Three Kingdoms. The coalition was then decisively defeated during the Cromwellian conquest of Ireland. Moving on up to 1718, an avalanche destroyed every building in Liekerbad, Switzerland, killing 53. I'm just doing a comments check here really quick. So nothing yet. Actually, let me move this on up here so that way that's going on. 1757, the German Diet declared war on Prussia. And a diet back then wasn't necessarily what you ate or any of that. It was actually, let's look this up here really quick. What was a diet in the Middle Ages? Okay, well, not medieval cuisine, but it's not finding the approach. There was some political thing. Like, actually, let's look at a diet of worms. Is one of the more famous ones. It was an imperial diet of the Holy Roman Empire called by Emperor Charles V. But it was basically like a meeting, like a whole bunch of things connected and all that stuff. I'm sure there's a better definition for that, but we got to keep on going for the sake of time because, this show becomes an hour long really quick. 1773, Captain James Cook became the first to cross the Antarctic Circle at 66 degrees 33 feet south or something. I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. Pretty sure I'm not. 1775, 9 old women were burnt as witches for causing a bad harvest in Kalisk, Poland. Oh, here's what we just spoke about. Passing the Arctic Circle. So just figuring that for you to get a good look at that photo really quick before it goes away. Moving on up to 1779, Captain James Cook's last notation in Discovery's ship log occurred. 1781, Battle of Cowpens during the American Revolution. Forces led by Brigadier General Daniel Morgan defeated the British under Lieutenant Colonel Banastre Tarleton in a decisive double envelopment near the town of Cowpens, a turning point in the American reconquest of South Carolina. All right. 1799, Maltese patriot Dun McKeel Zeri, why is there an advertisement on my thing over here, along with a number of other patriots, were executed. Yikes. 1811, during the Mexican War of Independence at the Battle of Calderon Bridge, a heavily outnumbered Spanish force of 6,000 troops defeated nearly 100,000 Mexican revolutionaries. I'm trying to combine the two, Mexican-lutionaries. So, 1821, Mexico permitted Moses Austin and 300 U.S. families to settle in Tejas. After the death of his son, Stephen led a colony. Oh, after his death, his son Stephen led a colony to Texas. All right, I gotta slow down my reading here because I'm going over myself. 1827, Duke of Wellington appointed British Supreme Commander. I wonder if he had a beef with anyone. You know, beef Wellington. 1852, the United Kingdom signed the Sand River Convention with the South African Republic, and I wonder if this other one is a tie-in because it happened in 1852 as well. British recognized the independence of Transvaal in South Africa. We're talking about South Africa in this one. I wonder if they're correlated or if it was just a happenstance. 1871, the first cable car was patented by Andrew Smith Halliday in the U.S. and began service in 1873. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And you are?
Golden Loon.
Yeah. Yeah, you are rather late.
Is that the cable card?
Yes.
Yeah, it's hydrating after the gym.
Yep. But look at that. You know, that's that appears to be like the driver's seat or something right here.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah. Oh.
First cable car.
Yep. I was actually in 1873.
Where was it? Does it say?
U.S. somewhere.
Okay.
So, 1873, a group of Modoc warriors defeated the United States Army in the First Battle of the Stronghold, a part of the Modoc War. 1874, armed Democrats seized Texas government, ending radical Reconstruction. There's nothing more terrifying than armed Democrats because they have no morals. They will kill everything in their path and say it's for the good of whatever, you know?
Well, I'll just say this. The bullets, when it's been political, seem to be going in only one direction.
Yep. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. 1882, first Dutch female physician Aletta Jacobs opened her practice. All right. 1885, Battle of Abu Kila, Battle of Abu Tulia, this in Sudan. British Desert Column defeated Mahdist forces. And modest, not modest, but modest, as in that's the name of their people.
Ah, okay.
Not modest forces.
Yeah.
But Mahdist, modest. 76 British and 1,100 Mahdists were killed. Yep, that's quite a one-sided battle there. Moving on up to 1893, and this is why I say what I say about us taking Hawaii. It's absolutely, it makes me physically sick what we did over there. Queen Liliuokalani was deposed by a U.S. coup. The Kingdom of Hawaii became a republic. Yeah, no, we did a coup. We overthrew, we destroyed their kingdom. Evil.
I did not know that. I think you mentioned that once before. It's coming back as I.
No, that's what you know. Like how we, like very few things make me more disgusted than how we took Hawaii, and I see the exact same thing happening to Palestine. That's why I'm always up in arms about it.
We're not trying to take over Palestine.
Israel is. But it says here in our other source, Lauren A. Thurston, along with the Citizens Committee of Public Safety, led the overthrow of the Kingdom of Hawaii and the government of Queen Liliuokalani. The U.S.-backed coup transformed Hawaii into a republic. Absolutely disgusting. Now I want to image search this because, as I was researching and writing and all this stuff, I image searched and I found a couple of things here. So I want to read this really quick. So let me pull this out. U.S. business groups organized a revolution in 1893 against the Hawaiian Queen Liliuokalani. So it was U.S. business groups, not the government. Successfully overthrew the government and set up a new government headed by Sanford B. Dole of Dole Banana.
Okay.
1898, Congress declared Hawaii a American territory, and then August of 1959, it became the 50th state.
Well, sugar cane they were growing before bananas.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter what they were growing. What matters is who took it over.
Yeah.
Was Dole.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I didn't mean to have that playing in the background.
What was playing?
Eisenhower's farewell address, which we're going to cover later on.
Save that because I want to. I want to listen.
No, we're going to play the whole thing on the show when we get there.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So
turn the volume up when we do.
Oh, absolutely. Moving on up to 1899, the United States took possession of Wake Island in the Pacific Ocean. And here we go. There's Wake Island right there.
If they had a good wake or waves, as they say. Never heard of Wake Island.
You haven't?
No.
It was a rather intense battle in World War II.
Oh, really?
Wake Island,
huh?
yeah. Yeah, actually, let me look that
Didn't
up
we
here.
just talk about that now that I think about it?
Not Wake Island, but we talked about them getting islands and everything.
Okay.
Yesterday?
I don't know when it was. Not today. Somewhere it wasn't today.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah, Battle of Wake Island in 1941.
Hmm.
So, between the 8th and 23rd of December.
We talked about that briefly. It might not have been a topic, but we talked about it because I remember Wake Island. You mentioning something about that. Okay, go ahead.
Probably Midway. There's a lot of islands out there.
Oh yeah,
we did speak.
Midway is a huge one. That turned the war.
Yeah, well, I believe. Well, that's kind of interesting for a name. It turned the war, and it's called Midway.
Yeah.
You know where Midway?
Fair
Okay.
enough, yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
flip. Yeah, we did speak about islands and everything yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, moving on up to 1903, El Yungu National Forest in Puerto Rico became part of the United States National Forest System as the Luquillo Forest Reserve.
Okay.
1905, punchboards patented by Charles Brewer and G.C. Sennell, Chicago.
You know,
That's
as
what
much
this
as
is.
I'm glad that the government has captured a lot of land to preserve, I still hate the idea that the government captured a lot of land.
Well, it's not like they're...
Yeah.
See, on the surface level, they're saying, oh, the nature reserve, yeah. No, that only keeps us out of it.
Yeah.
They're still building there.
Yeah, pretty limited.
Underground. We don't know what they're building.
Okay.
I mean, there's a whole theory that there's a whole city under LA, underground, through tunnels and everything, and that might have existed, from an ancient civilization, or the mud flood, Tartaria. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there.
They did have underground rail system in downtown LA at one time.
I'm talking about massive caverns with buildings.
I know you are,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it's the only thing that I've ever heard of, and it's long since been gone, and the big buildings that went high-rise went right through that for structure, and so they're non-existent. But what you're saying, I can't buy it. Well, you never know.
Well, I've changed your mind a billion times in 5 years.
Still saying I don't buy it, but
I'm not saying it's fact either. I'm just saying that, because see, if there's anything I ever want you to do in my entire life, in your entire life, is educate yourself.
You always say that, even on the show.
1912, Captain Robert Scott's expedition arrived at the South Pole 1 month after Roald Amundsen. Of course, famous Roald Amundsen, Arctic explorer and everything. 1915, Battle of Sarkamish ended with a Russian victory over Ottoman forces led by Enver Pasha, with a loss of over 30,000 men of the Turkish Third Army during Caucasus campaign. All right. 1916, Rodman Wanamaker organized a lunch to discuss the forming of Golfers Association, later the PGA, at the Taplow Club Martinique Hotel in New York City. So this is when not the birth of the PGA, but when it was conceived.
Yeah.
So this is when it breached the shell of the egg, so to speak. 1917, the United States paid Denmark $25 million for the Virgin Islands. It was either this or 3 to 21st, I guess. Right there. This is what, 1917? It says or 3/21st. I don't know what that means.
There's a dispute.
I guess that's a date. And I'm just wondering, what's 24 million in today's dollars? So it's here.
100 years ago?
Over
100.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying generally.
Well, keep in mind that...
quadruple that?
Well, no, keep in mind between 2020 and 2021... Brandon.
Yeah.
Let's go, Brandon.
I love that clip.
Oh, man, dude.
We should have saved that clip.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree. Let's see here. 25.
Directly to he's taking calls.
He's
no clue.
He's an absolute imbecile. So, but no, he printed more money in that 1 year than the rest of the entire country's history combined. So we're still,
So what's the diff?
$633,050,781.25.
On a $25 million buy?
Yes.
And it goes up to $600 million?
633.
Wow.
0.05.
Wow.
Well, that's why I tell you, the dollar's value between 2020 and 2021 lost like over 100%.
Just what I've seen, not in my lifetime, but in my adult lifetime, when I was out on my own and had to make my own way, so you knew what the price of everything was, is the purchase value of the dollar is staggering how much it's lost.
Oh,
now I'm an old fart, but nevertheless, I've seen it. And holy cow!
And back in your day, you know, you can go get dinner and a movie and then a burlesque show for a nickel. You know?
Well, no,
not literally, but not
before my
far.
time.
So, 1924, the first day of prohibition of alcohol came into effect in the U.S. as a result of the 18th Amendment to the Constitution. Yep, the Volstead Act. Awful decision. 1923, Belgian Working People Party protested against occupied Rugerbreed. So, I know I pronounced that wrong, and I know most likely creatives out there watching this no, legitimate. He said he was going to watch both shows today.
Oh.
So,
cool.
If he's watching now, he's banging his head against the desk being like, Xander, you're butchering my people's language. Why? Dios mío, por qué?
And you do love to put him in spots where he's going to struggle.
No, that's Keo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the German.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 1928, the first fully automatic photographic film developing machine was patented. That's cool. Oh, and here's a picture of it right here. It's a little small.
It's a little small, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the best I can find.
Ooh,
it's a cross section.
Pretty cool.
And that's developing the photos.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. Actually, that's probably where like all those little photo booth little pop up things.
I'll never forget. A friend of mine, we were kids, but older kids, young teenagers probably, got a what was a self-developing camera?
Polaroid.
Do
you know why those were invented?
I think.
Or actually, probably not why they were invented, but their primary use after they were invented.
Yeah.
Keeping indecent pictures of your significant other, in the stash.
Private.
Yeah.
Wow. But anyways, no, we had heard of this. He got one, or his dad got one, or something. He took a picture of us, or whatever. He took a picture. We're all huddled around him, and he took it out, and you gotta wait for it, and it comes. Whoa!
No, that's mind-blowing technology.
Yes. Holy cow! Look at that.
I mean, right now we have these magic rectangles, but
because when it came out,
people take so much for granted. They don't think, just 100 years ago, something like that will blow somebody's mind to Jupiter, Yeah. What were you gonna say?
No, it came out in a blank later.
Yeah.
And it came out as a picture.
Yeah.
But it came out as a blank, and we're all waiting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it just develops into a picture. Oh,
yeah.
Geez.
No, what's cool is that when you take a picture and everything, there is actually imagine a square. Okay, imagine this is a square, but actually only about this much is the actual photo, and this other space here is like a little packet that, as it's squeezed through the thing, it breaks
chemicals.
To develop it. Yeah.
Okay.
Smart.
Yeah.
1929, Popeye made his first appearance in the comic strip Thimble Theater.
Boy, I would have thought it'd been older than that.
Popeye the Sailor Man?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be younger. I thought that was
1929?
Yeah, I thought it was something out of World War II, not one, or after one. So, and I want to show you some images with this here really quick, because this is the actual, I think this might be the actual comic. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that, but while I'm here, just going to open image and new tab and see. Yep, there we go.
So that was just after World War.
Wait, that's Gobs of Work. What did this say? Thimble Theater. I'm not going to look it up.
So when did World War I end?
1918, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Let me just double check, though. I'm going to say 1918.
So it was quite a bit after World War.
8 years? Yeah, 1918.
Didn't you say 29? Was Popeye?
Yes, 20. Okay, so 11 years. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 1936, King Vidor was elected as the first president of the newly formed Screen Directors Guild in Hollywood. We spoke about that yesterday. 1941, Chiang Kai-shek disbanded the Communist New Fourth Army after the New Fourth Army incident at Maolin, Hubei province, between the Nationalist and the Communist armies, leaves many dead. Or left many dead. Let me edit that really quick. L-E-F-T. 1941 as well, Franco-Thai War. Vichy France forces inflicted a decisive defeat over the Royal Thai Navy. Now remember, Vichy France, I think, was the puppet government of Germany. Because after they conquered France, then they made the southern area Vichy France, right?
I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. Sorry, I hate to say that, but I'm just not sure.
Vichy France. Yes, it appears that it was southern France. Yeah, because it also has all their colonies down there, which where we were doing things with World War II and all that stuff at the beginning. Yeah. 1943. Oh, I love this picture here. Tin Can Drive Day in the U.S. Salvage collected for the war effort. And check this poster. I love this. This is awesome. There's a bunch of tin cans.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns into bullets.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh. 1943 as well, the Greek submarine Papa Nicholas captured the 200-ton sailing vessel Agios Stephanos and manned her with part of her crew. And here's an actual photo of it.
Ooh.
So that's this Greek submarine right there.
Yeah.
And they captured a sailing vessel, and then they left some of the crew there to captain it and take it back home. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm going to ask you. What do you think those are? Take any guess in the world. You will never guess.
I would say it was some kind of diving device that you hang on to and go underwater, but that's way before its time, so that's not what it is.
Well, they do dive, but not underwater.
Dive where?
Well.
You have lost me.
Well, we'll get to there. 1944, World War II Allied forces launched the first of 4 assaults on Monte Cassino with the intention of breaking through the Winter Line and seizing Rome, an effort that would ultimately take 4 months and cost 105,000 Allied casualties.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep, Monte Cassino was a bitch.
And why
that was Italy. Oh.
Yeah, but Monte Cassino just doesn't ring a bell with me.
Monte Cassino was a massive. It's one of the lesser known. It's one of the lesser known but larger campaigns during the war. I mean,
probably
Italy,
the biggest unknown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about that, but I mean, not a lot of attention is paid to the Italy part of World War II.
I guess not.
Yeah. I mean, like, we go from Africa to Sicily, the whole Palermo thing, between Patton and then, but we invaded Italy and did all that stuff, and Italy was done. Mussolini was dead, well before we even invaded Normandy.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yes,
he was dead before we invaded Normandy.
I believe so.
I can't believe that.
You know what? Let me look this up here really quick.
I'm not going to say you're wrong because you know history way better than I, but that's definitely impossible.
Benito Mussolini.
Because Hitler called Mussolini in, brought him all the way to, when was he assassinated or whatever?
Benito Mussolini. Come on, tell me his death year. Benito.
Put death of Mussolini.
April 28, 1945. April, May, June. No.
45.
April. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so almost a year later, but still, Italy was already done or being done.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1945, the Nazis began evacuation of Auschwitz concentration camp, 2 other camps in Austria and Germany, as the Red Army advanced across Poland. The SS Totenkopfverband. So, awful stuff. I still gotta show you that Band of Brothers scene. I know it's gonna chill you and it's gonna make you uncomfortable, but you will appreciate it. Soviet army enters the devastated city of Warsaw and clears German resistance. The Vistula Order offensive. We also have the Swedish diplomat Raoul Wallenberg, credited for saving tens of thousands of Jews from the Nazis, was arrested by Soviet secret police in Hungary. He was never publicly seen again. What a lot of people don't talk about, or let alone know about, or I guess don't know about, let alone talk, or whatever, however you want to put it, is the Soviets were doing their own Holocaust. They were killing Jews by the bushel all over. They actually did worse damage than the Germans. But who were our allies?
Yeah. But their real Holocaust came, and I don't remember was during the war or not, but when they...
no, they had a lot of different Holocausts.
Yeah, it wasn't the same one where... but it was, I can't remember the nationality, but they did with starvation and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Hundreds of thousands died.
Yeah. The Armenian genocide? Are you thinking about that?
I was trying to think Armenian, but I don't know if that's correct.
There's been a lot.
Was there a Russian-Armenian genocide?
Well, I mean, it could have been part of the Soviet Union. Let me look this up here. Armenian genocide. I misspelled that. Horrible. Ottoman Empire. Okay, so that was well before World War II. Because Ottoman Empire was World War I, then they got dissolved and became Hungary. Or Turkey. Or both. I don't remember.
But was it in the Ottoman Empire? Was that
No, that was
Russian?
different. No, the
Yeah.
Ottoman Empire. No, they were all Muslim people.
Ah, okay.
So no, that was
that's
that was down
completely
in no. There's Russia. The Ottomans were down here.
different. Okay.
So what is now the Mesopotamian area. So or what I don't know. My brain's not working anymore. Anyway, 1946, United Nations Security Council held its first meeting at Westminster Central Hall in Westminster, England. Yeah. 1947, an ammunition factory exploded in Muiden, Netherlands. 16 people died. Yikes. 1948, Netherlands and Indonesia agreed to a ceasefire, and I wonder if this is a tie-in. The Renville Agreement between the Netherlands and Indonesia was ratified. It has to be a tie-in. So, because that's both 1948. And this is from another source, so it has to be a tie-in. 48 as well, a trial of 11 U.S. Communist Party members began in New York City.
Oh, in New York City.
Yep. 1949, radio series The Goldbergs by Gertrude Berg premiered on U.S. TV on CBS. And we spoke about them a couple days ago or something as being the first Jewish radio program or something.
Oh, okay.
Or radio sitcom or whatever. So they went from radio to TV. So I'm just, continuing that thing. 1950, the Great Banks Robbery. 11 men robbed $1.2 million in cash and $1.5 million of securities from an armored car company Brinks offices in Boston, Massachusetts.
The great,
Brinks robbery.
Yeah.
We also have United Nations Security Council Resolution 79 relating to arms control was adopted. Well, the only people who want to control your arms are the people who want to control you. Because how else do you puppet somebody?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to control their arms. Oh. 1951, China refused to ceasefire in Korea. Well, they just want to kill people. So, 1995, the U.S. submarine Nautilus began the first nuclear-powered test voyage.
The Nautilus, yeah.
Yes. And you know what the Nautilus is named after? I believe it's named after this fictional vessel.
Ah. Oh, from, what do you call it?
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Captain Nemo. His ship was called the Nautilus.
Yes, it was. That's right.
Yes. 1957, a 9-county commission recommended the creation of BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, up in the San Fran area.
And it took them 50, if not 50 years, but
A while.
I went up there. It was still under construction underground on Main Street. And when was that? In the 70s or 80s?
Well, considering about the Hyperloop or whatever they're trying to do, I mean, I guess nothing's changed. The mass, like this hyperspeed train from,
Oh.
Today?
That we're trying to do today.
Yes.
That has no tracks. They spent $1 billion on.
Yeah, that you just spoke about BART. It's the same thing.
Yeah. No, BART's up in San Francisco.
Dad.
Underground. Yeah.
Okay, they're physically not the same thing. I'm saying that they both took a snail's pace.
Yeah.
Anyway, 1961, U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower delivered a televised farewell address to the nation 3 days before leaving office, in which he warns against the accumulation of power by the military-industrial complex, as well as the dangers of massive spending, especially deficit spending. And holy Jesus, does that ring true today?
Right.
Let me play this. So this is just an excerpt. It is. His actual farewell address is much longer, obviously.
Yeah.
But let me play this.
A vital element in keeping the peace is our military establishment. Our arms must be mighty, ready for instant action, so that no potential aggressor may be tempted to risk his own destruction. Our military organization today bears little relation to that known of any of my predecessors in peacetime, or indeed by the fighting men of World War II or Korea. Until the latest of our world conflicts, the United States had no armaments industry. American makers of plowshares could, with time and as required, make swords as well. But we can no longer risk emergency improvisation of national defense. We have been compelled to create a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions. Added to this, 3.5 million men and women are directly engaged in the defense establishment. We annually spend on military security alone more than the net income of all United States corporations. Now, this conjunction of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry is new in the American experience. The total influence, economic, political, even spiritual, is felt in every city, every state house, every office of the federal government. We recognize the imperative need for this development, yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals, so that security and liberty may prosper together.
Chilling.
Of course, I'm going to date myself because anything that comes up with Eisenhower, I always mention it. My dad took me down to the corner when he was coming into our town, and they drove him to downtown from the airport, and his limo and whole parade motorcade went by.
Yep.
And he was in the back of the limo, and there he goes, you know. So
Unread notifications. Oh.
That tells you my age a bit.
Well, you know, you're a boomer. That tells you your age.
Yeah.
So.
True.
But yeah, like that is incredibly chilling, and he's talking about, you know, the dangers and everything. Well, the danger has already been here, you know, since the Rothschilds and all that stuff. Now, before I go crazy with all my conspiratorial theories and everything, all I ask is, if you're some kind of genius mastermind to take over the world, and you look at all these conspiracies and all these wacko plots and everything, you know, what better way to initiate a military-industrial complex? You know, as he says, we can no longer be in a state to have to rely on improvisation and everything. Well, if you control the whole world, but keep everything separated, make sure everybody still believes that they're separate countries and everything, there's nobody behind everything pulling all the strings, you know, what better way to have a militarized police force to keep everybody scared and under control? I mean...
But let me just talk for a second.
Yeah.
In that speech, what he is talking about, personally, what he has seen. He's seen the plow people, they had the skill to make a sword if they had to.
Yeah.
He lived that.
Yes. Well, we saw that with the Kung Flu.
And then from there to get out, now he's president of the United States, and they've been
military-industrial complex.
Yeah. How it built and grew. So he saw that to where we are after World War II. Mm-hmm. He saw where we started in World War II. Yeah. Or especially after World War I. Yeah. And where we became to after World War II.
Oh, massive explosion in technology.
And then after that, it's huge. It's just expanded, and that's what he's concerned about. He's lived it.
Well, it's not that he's concerned about it. It's that he already knows it's here.
He's warning about it.
He's trying to tell us without directly telling us, because he could end up getting killed. You know? So, you got to remember, people like Eisenhower, like, you know, he was a president, but he is, you know, he is to the bankers that, you know, to the Rothschilds as we are to him. He's a nobody. No. He's just somebody to have a face to the system for us to believe that we have a leader.
My point was just he's talking personally what he has seen.
I know. Anyway, we're going to move on up here. 1961. Former Congolese Prime Minister Patrice Lumumba was murdered together with former Minister of Youth and Sports of the Republic of the Congo, Maurice Mapolo, and former Senator from Kasai Province, Joseph Okito, in circumstances suggesting the support and complicity of the governments of Belgium and the United States.
Well, that's a different, be the Minister of Youth and Sports, so look out, you're a pretty dangerous guy. I don't get it.
Well, here's the thing. We have from another, and these are both from our other sources and everything. This one, Eisenhower allegedly ordered the assassination of Congo's Patrice Lumumba. So this whole thing that I just read was possibly a hit by Eisenhower, who on the same day gave that speech. So while he's warning us, he's ordering the death of others, possibly. So, you know, that's why I'm saying, like, he is a puppet of the system. 1962, NASA civilian pilot Neil Armstrong took the hypersonic research plane X-15 to 40,690 meters.
Yeah, big black thing.
Now, what's interesting about his name, Neil Armstrong, is if you spell it backwards, it says Gnort's Mr. Alien.
What? What does that mean?
Well, it's a stupid internet thing about him being an alien. Like you know, all this conspiracies and all this stuff. You know what I get into. 1960, Joe Walker took the X-15 to altitude of 82 kilometers. It's a pretty big difference there. 1966, B-52/KC-135 tankers crashed near Spanish coast at Palomares. 7 died. Okay, now that's where this is from.
Oh.
Okay, now I'm going to give you one more guess at this. Now I'm going to reread this because this blew my mind. Now, before I continue, I want to get to 1966 just to show you on the main source. You know, this is what it says. It's a plane crash, but it seems like a nothing article.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, people died.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you one more chance to take a wildest guess what these could possibly be.
Bombs.
Yep, they are. But what kind?
I don't know.
Okay. It says here in 1966, the Palomares incident, a B-52 bomber collided with a KC-135 Stratotanker over Spain, which was its refueling thing. It's a refuel. They were trying to refuel.
Okay.
Killing 7 airmen and dropping 3 70-kiloton nuclear bombs near the town of Palermo and another one into the sea. 4. That's what these are. Those are 2 of the nuclear bombs that they got back.
Wow. But they didn't go off.
No. None of them went off.
Yeah.
But
probably didn't have detonators or something.
No. Like there's like 7 layers of fail safes or something. And on one of them, actually one of these, I think either this or a different, because there's broken arrows. Like let me look this up here really quick. Broken arrow nuclear. The United States Department of Defense uses a number of terms to define the magnitude of extent nuclear radiation accidents, yada, yada, yada. I'm trying to find the broken arrow, because that's the terminology for it. Terminology. Pinnacle is a chairman operating Pinnacle. Why is it not telling me about Broken Arrow? Bent Spear. Here we go. Broken Arrow is the flag word for nuclear weapon accidents, defined as unexpected events involving nuclear weapons, warheads, or components that does not create a risk of nuclear war. These include accidental or unexplained nuclear explosion, non-nuclear detonation or burning of a nuclear weapon, radioactive contamination, loss in transit of nuclear asset with or without its carrying vehicle, jettisoning of a nuclear weapon or nuclear component, public hazard, actual or implied. The U.S. Department of Defense has officially recognized at least 32 Broken Arrow incidents between 1950 to 1980. Examples of these events include, and what was this, 1966? There it is, the Palermo B-52 crash.
Wow.
So, and actually, at least one of them to this day has not been, well, actually 2 of them. The one in the sea I don't think has ever been found. And then there's another one that is buried, and they cannot remove it because all except one of its fail-safes failed, and any slightest movement can set it off.
Oh, wow.
So what they did was they buried it in concrete, capped it off, and it's a small, like, 3-foot by 3-foot square of land that's sovereign U.S. territory in the middle of, what was it, Spain? So let me look this up, the Palermo incident. Let me see if I can find a picture of the actual area that I just spoke about. Images. But yeah, this is there's a small area. Hold on a second. Palermo incident tree. I can't find it. Anyway, but there's been several of these, so maybe I'm thinking about like a different incident entirely. But still, you know, you'd think something like that, they would make it a little bit more substantial on the page. They're burying the freaking thing, man. What the hell? 1966, Martin Luther King Jr. opened the Chicago Campaign, a nonviolent campaign aimed at achieving fair housing practices. We need that, especially with BlackRock buying up everything. 1971, at a party conference in Dublin, Sinn Féin ended their 65-year absenteeist policy and agreed that any elected representative could take their seat at the Dáil. Okay. 1972, section of Memphis' Highway 51 South renamed Elvis Presley Boulevard. I hope it doesn't, shake. So, this is 72 as well. 7 men who were held as internees escaped from the prison ship HMS Maidstone in Belfast Lough, North Ireland. All right. 73, City of Amsterdam decided to support Hanoi. That's weird.
Wow.
Yeah, what the hell? 1973 as well, new Philippine constitution named Marcos president for life. So dictator. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on up to 1976, Hermes rocket launched by European Space Agency. That's pretty cool. 1977, Gary Gilmore was executed by firing squad in the Utah State Prison, convicted of murder, and from the other source, capital punishment in the U.S. resumed after a 10-year hiatus. After Gary Gilmore was executed. We need to bring all that stuff back. I'm tired of our tax dollars going to, just these useless sacks of filth that proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. 1977, Kansas City released Tommy Davis, ended an 18-year career with 10 teams. What a doorknob.
Wow. Wait a minute, that baseball?
Kansas City, Tommy Davis. You know what? Let me look this up here.
He played with the Dodgers originally.
Well, if this has to be baseball, then. Yeah,
That's
baseball. Yeah. Okay. 10 teams in 18 years?
Yeah, he was great for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
He played with Willie Davis out in the outfield.
Wow.
He was a center fielder, Willie Davis right fielder.
Yeah. 1978, after a tumultuous final tour, the Sex Pistols broke up as a band, which was announced the following day. Yeah, we spoke about that yesterday. That was their last... wasn't he, indicted of murder?
I have no clue. I don't know anything about him, really.
What's his face? Sid Vicious. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he killed his girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah. What else do we have here? 1980, Provisional Irish Republican Army bomb prematurely detonates on a passenger train near Belfast, killing 3 and injuring 5, including the bombers.
Well, he didn't kill more.
Yeah, well, prematurely, so, a whoopsie-doodle. A good whoopsie-doodle. Well, for what it's worth, a good whoopsie-doodle. So, 1980, Roger Sessions' Ninth Symphony, his last, premiered in Syracuse, New York, with Christopher Keane conducting the Syracuse Symphony Orchestra. I don't know anything about that, but every now and then I like to throw out a random thing. Somebody might enjoy symphony. This guy might actually be some big name that I'm unaware of. Who knows? 1981, President of the Philippines, Ferdinand Marcos, ended martial law that began in September of 1972, 8 years and 5 months after having declared it. That took a while. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was a dictator.
Yeah, we just talked about him.
We did?
Marcos. What,
we did?
Well, am I mixing up someone else?
I might completely be forgetting because I'm just going through the things here.
Could sworn we did.
Might have.
Wasn't that far back.
Oh yeah, right here, 73. Yeah. You're right. Okay, president for life.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he declared martial law.
And I think his wife took over or something. I can't remember that. Exactly.
Is she the one with the shoes?
Shoes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 1982, cold Sunday in the United States would see temperatures fall their lowest levels in over 100 years in numerous cities.
Jeez.
Yeah. 1983, Alabama Governor George Wallace became governor for a record 4th time. Yeah. Why? Freaking.
They voted him in.
He was a segregationalist.
Oh, completely.
Gonna
kind of tell you that Tennessee, right? Was it Tennessee?
Alabama.
Alabama, yeah.
Better not be Tennessee. That's where I'm from. 1983, Nigeria expelled 2 million illegal aliens, mostly Ghanaians. Wow, how are we behind Nigeria? We got to take a page.
93, where are we? I don't know.
Well, no, they expelled 2 million illegal aliens.
And why do you put us in that?
Because they're at least getting rid of them. We got to do the same.
Oh, I thought you said why were we behind Nigeria?
As far as expelling illegals. Get them out of here! 1984, Supreme Court ruled 5-4 that private use of home VCRs to tape TV programs for later viewing does not violate federal copyright laws.
Absolutely not.
Well,
Personal use.
I completely agree. However, I wonder with the technology of today, if they redact this and then monitor everyone to enforce the law, because now we have internet, everything's connected, they have AI, they could monitor you and then bust down the door for taping it illegally. Holy crap, dude. The totalitarian wet dream is now. 1987, U.S. President Reagan signed a secret order permitting covert sale of arms to Iran, the Iran-Contra affair. So, I mean, isn't that like the whole thing with, what's-his-face we were talking about yesterday? The last Shah?
Prince of Shah,
Yeah.
Shah of Iran, yeah.
Was the Contra affair anything involving him?
Well, it was before he had been deposed, yeah. What
So-
year was it?
1987.
The
What-
year you were born. No, wait a second.
Well, this was when the Iran-Contra affair.
Yeah.
I don't know when the Shah got deposed. And I can look it up, though. Well, we're 15 minutes till our hour, so we got to keep going.
Keep rolling.
1989, gunmen opened fire on California's schoolyard. 5 students were slain and 30 wounded. Yikes. So, I mean,
The
all
reason
this...
why I hesitate on that, because I don't think it was Iran. I think it was a different country. But that, keep going.
Iran-Contra affair and the last Shah of Iran is both Iran.
Yeah. No, I know.
1989, Murden and Metz became the first women to reach the South Pole over land on skis.
Nice.
All right. While that was going on, the Phoenix Suns canceled a game at Miami Heat due to racial unrest in Miami. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. 1990, Major League Baseball pitcher Dave Stewart signed a record $3,500,000 per year Oakland A's contract. It's expensive.
Not in the A's standards, it's not.
Oh,
Now they're getting $50 million.
Yeah. 1991, Andy Van Hellemond set an NHL record for most games worked by a referee when he appeared in his 1,173rd regular season encounter as the St. Louis Blues hosted the Montreal Canadiens. And
Wonder if
actually,
his feet ever got cold.
Andy...
They're on the ice for a lot of games.
Oh, well, maybe he just wore a bunch of socks. So let's see here. 1990. Let me look this up here. This would be worth $8,994,000 a day. So, yeah, still nowhere close. 1991, Iraq fired 8 Scud missiles on Israel. And probably in response to 1991, Operation Desert Storm began with U.S.-led coalition forces bombing Iraq during the Gulf War.
Yep.
Operation Desert Storm began early in the morning as aircraft struck positions across Iraq. It was also the first major combat sortie of the F-117. LCDR Scott Victor's FA-18C Hornet from VFA-81 was shot down by a MiG-25 and was the first U.S. casualty of the war. Iraq fired 8 Scud missiles into Israel in an unsuccessful bid to provoke Israeli retaliation.
Absolutely.
Well, Israel doesn't need to retaliate. They have all
Remember
the
that one?
Goyams doing the
First time I've
bloodbath
heard-
for them.
First time I've heard about Scud missiles in a long time.
Ah.
But yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do, is bring Israel into it.
Yep. Well, Israel doesn't need to do that because they already have their servants, us, doing the hard work for them. But hold on a second. Desert Storm begins. I know the show is getting a little late, a little long, but I just want to play a little bit of this here.
ABC, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Good evening. The deadline has come and gone. The Iraqis are living on what President Bush calls borrowed time. It is no longer whether the war will start, but when. They know that in Baghdad as well as in Washington, there is a rumor every hour. Our first
British fighter jet. As the deadline is miniature
Know what's going to happen
and a new.
But it's normally, I think there's a certain...
From our host.
we are ready for to both sides.
As that reality sunk in, the airport was jammed with foreigners anxious to leave. Both scheduled flights to Amman, Jordan were sold out.
We're going to dump out of that.
And I'm trying to find live. This is a video of the live, on the news, and
Piece
they're
by Gary
broadcasting
Shepard
the
at the moment
beginning
and go
of
back
the
to him live on the
attack.
telephone for
See?
he has an up-to-date report.
Here,
Gary.
hold on a second.
Out of that piece by Gary.
Leave. Both scheduled flights to
Just
Amman,
watch.
Jordan were sold out.
We're going to dump out of that piece by Gary Shepard at the moment and go back to him live on the telephone for he has an up-to-date report. Gary.
Peter, I am looking directly west from our hotel now, and throughout the entire sky there are flashes of light. It appears to be some sort of anti-aircraft fire, a couple of flashes on the horizon now. Something is definitely underway here. Something is going on. The whole sky lit up with these flashes continually.
Is it far in the distance, Gary?
Occurring, and now we can see an obvious tracers in the sky. Planes now coming toward this hotel, and flashes. The sound of flak and flares. Obviously, an attack is underway of some sort. It appears that there is tracer fire coming up from the ground, and an incredible panorama of flash.
Oh, no.
I just realized the mic's been muted this entire time.
So the whole show's nothing?
Well, no. Like, it was muted earlier. About some, not the whole show. So, if anybody's been watching this in silence, I apologize. But we're going to wrap up the show here. Hopefully, you heard some stuff and everything. And I urge you to go check out the links in the underbars so that way you can see everything that we spoke about. I apologize for that. I gotta figure out some better way. Well, I wasn't paying attention. You see how this is lit up now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my bad. Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Please check the underbar description below for any links you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. So much history has and continues to be made on a daily basis. We can only bring you a portion. Check our sources for more. For your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream every day at 5 p.m. Pacific, or at least get a show out. Yeah, for all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Moon.
And UVRU, thank you so much for watching. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!